Things got very strange. Like I wasn't allowed to charge my phone, so I couldn't contact anybody.
Okay, I think we can officially start. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the second demo day event for JAD. And so just to give you context on what demo day is, we essentially aim to create a space for developers and other digital professionals to share their work with their peers. And so it is in this spirit that we encourage more persons to spend time honing in on their craft and culture to this space, a space with other potential collaborators and investors or even employers to identify talent. And so Demo Day is just one of many JAD events that are hosted by us every month. And so the community generally, we're a creative group of thinkers and of course, thought leaders and innovators who love to work on things together to solve common problems. And so we're aiming to transform the Caribbean community from a heavy consumer to a heavy producer group within the realm of technology. And so our sponsors today are Osuv Limited. We have Vertis Technology Solutions Limited, Particular Presence. And there's actually one that was kind of left off, which is Silicon Carib. And just stay tuned. We have like a whole bunch of giveaways related to them. So as you know, the community is essentially led by O'Shane Bailey. He's one of the community founders. for JAD and co-founders for OSUB. And then there's myself. I'm also one of the OSUB co-founders of and a co-founder of the community itself. And today we have a few special people. They're going to be showing us what they've been kind of working on and grinding on outside of the 9 to 5 or sometimes even during the 9 to 5. But I'm kind of just excited to hear from them specifically. The first person up though that we're going to be having demoing is Jason. So Jason actually left UE a year and a half ago. And so he's like an official software developer now. And he's just, really deep on front-end development for web applications. He's passionate about technology and he likes bringing concepts to life in efficient ways. He's been featured in the Observer and JIS for websites that he's built in the past during this time, during the COVID times that is. And he is and an online presence at a notable high school. Oh, I don't know why the intro was a bit weird there. But Jason, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, let me allow you to share your screen here. Oh, wait. Can you go ahead and try?
No, I cannot. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
If only I could find my... Right.
There we go. Okay. Jason?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, what did you say?
Stand by. Okay, you should be able to go ahead now. Sorry about that.
All right. So let me share the entire screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you should be seeing my screen at the moment.
Yes.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clarke. I'm a software developer and I specialize in the front-end aspect of the... So for websites, I'm the one that deals with the interface that the clients readily interact with. Yes. I'm also a Jumpstack enthusiast and I do go by Jumpstack developer as well. However, when speaking with some software developers down here, I realize that most of you don't, or some of you have no clue what the Jumpstack is. So just to give a brief definition of what the Jumpstack is, or a brief overview. The Jumpstack is seen as the modern way to build websites and apps that delivers better performance. And what it seems to accomplish is to make the web a better place. So it provides better performance. So instead of placing your website on a server, it places it on a CDN. Now a CDN is a content delivery network, and it's a group of servers in different geographical locations that allow the content to be provided faster to the client. Now, Jumpstack has a higher security. There are less areas for a Jumpstack app to be hacked than a traditional app. And there's a diagram below where that will basically show this. Now, it's cheaper and easier to scale. Now, it's use CDNs instead of a central server. So as it's a group, the cost is spread out. So cheaper, easier to scale since you're serving static content from the CDN. And it also provides a better developer experience. I, for one, can say that the Jumpstack, I think, is better, have more fun to work with than a traditional server. And scrolling down, you'll see the difference between the traditional web, which is to the left. Primarily, the Jumpstack use CDN and microservices to provide in order to run the application. Now, the web app that I would be displaying or demoing today is called Real Estate JA. And the fastest way to get to it is by actually going on my portfolio, which is devjasonclarke.com. Going to the portfolio section, if you scroll down, Real Estate Jamaica is right here, and the demo is up. So this is Real Estate JA. Now, a technical overview of what Real Estate JA is. First off, it's a Jumpstack website. Real Estate JA is a pre-rendered single-page application, which is also a progressive web app. Now, let me just break that down for you with some examples along the way. A single-page application is a website or web app that initially loads one page. All the other routes of the website or all the other pages are shown via JavaScript programs called routers. So if you code with React, you'll have the React router. If you code with Vue, you would have the Vue router. So since it loads one page and JavaScript handles the navigation, it tends to be faster and more performant. Now, in this case, Real Estate JA is pre-rendered. Now, one drawback of single-page applications is that it has poor SEO. Now, SEO is search engine optimization, and that's the thing that helps your websites to be placed first, second, and third, ranked highly on search engines such as Google. Now, by pre-rendering this single-page application or the pages of Real Estate JA, it increases or optimizes the SEO for the website. So it makes the SEO way better. And an example that I can give right now is if I go to Twitter. Let me just copy this link first. If I go to Twitter, and let's say I wanted to post this website, the meta info comes up right here on the. Now, if I'm supposed to say post a different page, let's say the buy page. As you can see, buy real estate. The meta information has been updated because it's pre-rendered from the CDN. Now, let's see, try our next page. Parish. Parishes, and to be more specific, St. James. As you can see, the meta info has consistently been updated. Now, let me show you how it would be or would have been on a traditional single page application. So let me just copy this. Now, Jamaica Housing, that page is the same website, different URL. As you can see, this is the meta info that has been generated. If I try to change the page to, let's say, buy, there has been no change. Let me go to parish. There has been no change. Since it's only one HTML file that has been generated and it's not pre-rendered on any server or any CDN, the meta info remains the same. Now, as for the second part of what Real Estate JA is, progressive web app. And what that means is that it can be installed on or desktop devices and work as a regular application or native application, if you're familiar with the lingo. And to do that, all you have to do is go up to the URL and press the install button. Install, and there it is, as easy as that, as quick as that, as fast as that. Now, as you can see, it has changed from Google Chrome. It has changed. And another thing to highlight is that, let's say I delete this right now, it has also been installed on my desktop. And if this was my phone, it would have been installed as a regular app. Now, for the sake of simplicity, let me just open it back in Chrome, because you're more used to the Chrome view. So that was the technical overview. If you're interested in the languages I use Firebase for the backend. I use Vue.js, Nuxt.js, which is a Vue.js framework. And I also use API integrations to provide some of the features that I'll be telling you about. Now, what was the goal of Real Estate JA? Real Estate JA started as a side project. When I had extra time, I decided this might have been a fun project to do. So I put in at least an hour a day after work, after school, in order to create this project. Now, in my mind, the goal of Real Estate JA is to provide a hub where Jamaican real estate can be placed. If you scroll down, it has the objectives right here. Make searching for the perfect property easier. It allows you to get in touch with realtors or the owners of properties faster, and you can list your real estate for free. Now, scrolling through the homepage, you'll see that there are different sections. This is the featured listings. Now, these are listings that you'd like to get off the market. So let's say you have a house to rent. The house is not renting. You can advertise your house as a featured listings to give it more exposure. Now, featured listings are shown on almost every web page, so it gets a lot of exposure. Now, scroll down some more and you'll see most visited parishes. Now, I have analytics running through this website that generates the most visited parishes for Real Estate JA. So we can simply update this to reflect the most visited parishes. Now, for Premier Partners, I have Generate 3D, which as you've seen, I am affiliated with. And I also have SmartHub JA. Now, SmartHub JA is a company that is pushing smart home technology in Jamaica. So if you'd like to be able to open your door with your phone by speaking to it, you can contact SmartHub JA. And let's get to it. It says start browsing today. Real Estate JA allows you to add or discover the best offers on the Jamaican real estate market. However, let me do a simple search. Matter of fact, I might be logged in. Let me just log out at this moment. Now, a simple search. Let's say I'd like to rent an apartment in Manchester. So select the parish, select the type of real estate. How much am I willing to spend on rent? Nothing more, the max price than 200,000 per month. And for bedrooms with 200,000, I'll expect at least 2 bedrooms. And I'll do a search. And as you can see, these are the results for Real Estate JA. Now you have the different properties. All of these are apartments. You have the information towards the bottom of the card that shows the square footage, the amount of beds, the baths, and the cost. Now, let's view one of these properties. This is an ideal property. As you can see that images, you can scroll through them. Now, these are just example images. Later, I'll be uploading a real property to show you how real images would interact with the website. So you can scroll through this top section, this is the header. You can inspect it. So if you click on a picture, you'd be able to inspect it, to zoom in, to see the fine details, to zoom out. put it back to the original orientation. You may even want to flip it for whatever reason. You have the option. Now, it gives you the name of the property. It gives you a description of the property. No, this is not English. This is lorem ipsum, which is Latin. It gives you the ability to share this property on various social media forums, Twitter, Facebook, email, or even WhatsApp. You even have the ability to print this page. So as I click the print button, I now have access to all of the information on this particular property. Now to the right, you have a card, and this would be the realtor's information. The realtor's name, whether he's verified or not, the email address, his phone number, any relevant social media links. Right now I have a website and linked it up. And you have the ability to reach out to this person through this form right here. You may even call them or WhatsApp them if they included their WhatsApp number. Now, to the left again, we have the details for the property. We can see that it's an apartment in Manchester, in the community of Coffeeville. It has 1 garage, 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms. This is the square feet for the size of the property. The property is for rent. The rent type is per month. The price of the property is $178,667 Jamaican dollars. And the date it was added is Sunday, October 10, 2021. Now, these are the amenities. It has a tennis court nearby, basketball courts nearby, and a park nearby. Now, two interesting features that I should note at the moment is that this website has a dark mode, first of all. So it's a global dark mode. It optimizes the viewing, the user experience for when viewing at night times, or if you just prefer the dark mode over the light mode. So it provides you with great contrast on each section and a clean color template as well. Now, another option is that you may be able to choose the currency of this website. Now, within this website, you can choose from over 130 different currencies. Now, there are too many currencies right here to keep on scrolling. We are just at G. So let me just type in U to bring it to USD. And as I change it right here, it is reflected down here. As you can see, at the current exchange rate, this property is listed for 1.15 USD. And if you go into the further details, you'll see that the exact amount is $1,147.04 USD per month. Now, as I said before, it's available in over 130 different currencies. So from wherever you are on the earth, there's probably a currency that you can use to better understand this website. Now, I'd also like to highlight the blog. Now, this is a blog. It has full text search. It has its information, the blog post. Now, an example of how a blog post looks is as what you're seeing on the screen right now. Has the title, has who wrote it, the author, the date it was written, and the amount of time it takes to read. You have the information from the blog. This is condensed, is cut down. This was not the full blog post. I borrowed it from Virtuina Box official. Now you also have the ability to scroll through. So you may see the previous article, which is want to publish a blog post, information on how to. You see the author of the post right here. You can see post by the author. You have relevant tags. So let's say you'd want to know more about renting in Jamaica. You'd click on the renting tag and it brings you to all articles that are on renting. Now, something that is unique to it is that it has text search. And what that basically means is no matter what you input to search, a result will come up. So let's say that you have read this article and all that you remember from it is that you need to be a good writer to be successful. if you go to search it, this article will as the first response because it contains this. So it does a full text search. And if you're a technical person, I'd like to know a little of the secret is that this blog actually uses Markdown to generate its blog. So these are the authors in Markdown. These are the articles. Want to publish a blog. This is full Markdown. This is the head, which provides you with the meta information, the title, and this is the body. Now, because it's running through Markdown for the search, it's able to do it quite quickly, and it opens it up to the full text search capabilities. Now, that's just a little of the code and how it's generated. Now, moving forward, I'll be showing you how you can add a property to real estate JA. Now, it's fully functional. You may even call it a full stack application. And to add a property, you could easily click Add Property. Now, it brings you to the login page. However, if you do not have a login, or if you do not have an account already, you may be able, I just pressed the home button, but I meant to press sign up, which is actually at the bottom. So you may be able to sign up to Real Estate JA. But since I have an account, I'll simply log in with Google. Now you have the option to log in with your email and password or with Google. Google is simpler, is faster, in my opinion. So I've logged in with Google. And as you see, this is my dashboard. Currently, I have no messages. I have the ability to change the color template. So let's go to light mode. And this is my account. And when you go on the dashboard, you would have noticed some of the options to the left. So you have the ability, first of all, we are on properties. These are all of the properties I've uploaded so far. Now you have pagination to load more because currently there are over 5,000 properties on this website just for testing purposes, but you'll get the gist. You can add property. It's a step process and I'll be going through that shortly. You can see your messages. So messages, it gives you the person's email, the number, the date it was sent, the property that they're interested in, and the message. And from here, you have the ability to call them, send them an email, or even to delete the message. Now, you may even see your favorite properties. So you might have liked a property, but currently I have not liked a property. So it's prompting me to find a property I like today. As for payments, this is a feature that has not been implemented into the web app, but it's something that I've been thinking about, implementing payments into this web app. You also have your settings where you can change your account info, verify your account, review the payments, and deal to your login matters. However, it is time to add a property. Now, in order to speed this section up, I have some pre-generated information right here. So we are going to upload, the property's name is going to be Montego West Village Residence. This is the property description. A lovely 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom bungalow. And if you're interested, you may read it at a later time. So continue. Here you enter your property details. So this is actually a house. The size is about 755 square feet. The property is for sale. The price, the housing market has been quite the thing, but let's give it 17 million. Yes, that should be 17 million. The parish, now, if you're familiar with Montego West Village, you know that it's in St. James. The community, Fairfield. The number of bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. The number of bathrooms, 2 bathrooms. The number of garages, they typically come with 1 in the driveway. And let's continue. As for amenities, you have Wi-Fi at the house, air conditioning. It's a gated community. It's available. Let's say you linked or contacted SmartHub JA and converted your home into a smart home. As it's a gated community, it has 24-hour security. family oriented, it's grilled, a water heater is present, might not have a generator, might not have a tank, but they're nearby. There's also a park nearby, as is in the Montego Bay area, supermarkets nearby, Fairview has a movie theater that is nearby, and restaurants are nearby. It's also close to the regional hospital. Let's continue. As for pictures of the property, you can upload your pictures. And currently I have 6 photos that I'd like to upload. You can preview your properties. You can even sort them. So let's say you'd like the bed to be first. Go through your property, inspect your images. If you don't like an image, you can simply delete said image. And let's go to the top and continue. Now here are the tours. Now virtual tours and YouTube videos are completely optional. Now, let me show you. You can also implement them into the website, which is what I'll be doing through the link. You post the link in here for your YouTube video. If you have a virtual tour, which you'll be seeing shortly, you can post that link as well. And you may add the property. As you have realized, this website is extremely fast. The property has been added already. I haven't even finished my sentence. However, we seem to have an issue. Why would the first image of a property be the kitchen? I think that's nonsensical. So we can edit that right now and sort the images. So scrolling down, we'd like to put the house first. So we'll just move it up to the first position so that this is the first thing that users see when they view the property. The next could be the image. However, I'd prefer if it be the bedroom, just as a peculiarity. Now, let's just update this real quick, and it has been updated already. And let us view this property. As you can see, it's now in the correct order. You may view the property, zoom in, zoom out, flip, return it to the original orientation. If you'd like, you can scroll through all of the images that have just been uploaded. As you can see, all of the information that I inputted is here, and let me just favorite this property. Now, the square footage is here, the bedrooms is here, the bathrooms is here, the price, which is $17 million, is here, the description is here, all of the information that I inputted. The social media, you can share it, you can print this page. If you scroll down to the amenities, you'll see that the amenities are here with a dedicated image, just as a touch of quality and to improve the user interaction. Now, the virtual tour. Now, if you're not familiar on virtual tours or with virtual tours, these are interactive tours that you can actually go through and view the property. So as you see, I'm clicking through this house and I'm viewing it. This is a virtual tour. You have the entire house to explore on your free time. If you'd like to provide more information, or if the person provided more information, you could hover and see that this room would have the full-size washer and dryer. So this is the virtual tour. It's embedded in the website. You don't have to go to another website to view it. You can view it from the comfort of Real Estate JA. Now, if you scroll down, you have the video, the YouTube video that you may be able. And this is on the house at West Village. As you can see, the sign to the left, Montego West. This is a video of the community. It also has the source below it. So in the unlikely event that you'd want, if you'd want to switch over to watch it on YouTube, you can do that by clicking the link and it brings it right there. Now, featured listings, as I said, are on almost every page. So it's right here to increase the visibility of the real estate that persons would like to get off the market quickly. Now, you can also see all featured listings in order to maintain the value of the featured listings, we limit it to 10 properties. So no more than 10 featured listings can be on the website at a time. And just to demonstrate the messaging feature, let's say that you visited the website, see Montego West Village residents, you'd like to get in contact. So let's say Mr. Lee would like to purchase the property. His phone number, as you can see, it enforces 10-digit dialing. His email address, mr@lee.com. And hi, Jason Clarke, I am interested in this property. He can send the message. And if I go back to my dashboard, you would see, or you should see, let me just refresh this to ensure that Mr. Lee's message has been sent with all of the information, today's date, the property that he's interested in, which is Montego West Village, his contact information. And from here, I could opt to send him an email, I could call him, or I could even delete this message. Now, another feature which I might have glimpsed over is that all persons who post real estate on the website have their dedicated profile. So this is the profile of the real estate that I have uploaded to the website. Now it also notes that Jason has provided government ID, a realtor's license, email address, and phone in order to be able to view or to be verified. You need these to be verified and to post real estate on the website. Now you'd also notice that I'm a verified admin and I have my own admin panel separate from all that's going on. That helps me keep up to date with what's going on with real estate JA. Now, as I mentioned before, it can be installed as a progressive web app. And one of the benefits of that is that it opens the website up to certain features that you might see on a phone. One such feature is the ability to receive push notifications. And I'll be giving a short demo on that right now. So I could even go to the homepage, it doesn't really matter. If I go to another browser, now this is a drafted message that I'd like to send. I integrate with some third-party platforms in order to provide more solutions for real estate JA. So let me enlarge this. I'd like to edit this and I'm going to be sending it. So the house we're looking for, as you can see, the property is right here. The title is the house you are looking for. And let me just get the link quickly. So if I go to buy, it should be here. Yes, it is. And I'll copy this link, import it into this service right here. I don't need to go into the nitty-gritty of this, as this is just an example. And I'd like this message to be sent immediately. So review and send. An estimated 7 persons are going to receive this message. They are across 7 different devices, from phone to desktops to tablets. And let me send this right now. As you can see, it is being sent. And it has been sent. Now, if I check my phone, I have received this message. However, I should also receive this message on my desktop. And as you can see, it has appeared. I'm surprised that it didn't make a sound. However, this is from 4/19, so this is from an earlier test. But then again, the thing with this platform is that it has a 3-day to live, or it's the average. So if this message is not sent right now, it will be sent within the next 3 days. So it's just a little peculiarity of this platform However, as you've seen before with the message that I just sent, it does send. It might have a little delay, even though it says immediate. However, if the servers for this platform are a little busy, a delay is expected. And this has been a general overview of real estate JA. Now, I didn't necessarily go through the parishes. However, just to show you quickly before I close off, the parishes, it has all the parishes of Jamaica. You might go through them. When you click on them, you get a little description of the parish and notable figures from the parish and real estate from this parish. You may be able to load more through the pagination. As you can see, the pagination is very quick. It loads the information almost instantaneously. And this is this sides with the philosophy of Jumpstack. And it also sides with the Dorothy's threshold. Now, Dorothy's threshold is our UX principle. Now, UX stands for user experience. And basically, what Dorothy was trying to bring across is that if interactions with the website takes more than 400 milliseconds, the performance or the view of the website to the client will begin to degrade. So let's say if these API calls took 3 seconds to come in, the user would not have the best experience. So as you can see, API calls one after another are instantaneous. We can go to the top, we can view these properties. And the website is quite fast if I do so myself. And between the ability to change the color theme to dark mode and the fact that it has over 130 different currencies, I think it has been a successful project. Now, one of the things that I could do to improve on this website is that, as you know, it has over 130 different currencies. However, a feature that I had earlier was that when you go on the website, it will log your IP, query your IP to get the country that you're from, and use that information to automatically input your currency. So if you're from Canada and you go on the website, you wouldn't load with the JMD, the Jamaican dollar. It will automatically bring you to the Canadian dollar. And upon evaluation, one of the reasons why I took it out was because I drafted a privacy policy. And this feature actually violated a section of the privacy policy under what information we collect. Now, basically, I told the users that we collect information that you input. However, getting the IP address automatically, the user did not input that information. So that could be a breach of our privacy policy or of the privacy policy for the website. So I just commented out that feature. However, I'm thinking of maybe revising it as going to our website and having it in your currency automatically. It seems more convenient than having to toggle it at the top. And that has been my presentation on the real estate JA. Thank you for having me. And if I would ask if there are any questions, I'll be free to answer them.
Yes, thank you. Thank you again, Jason. Are there any questions from the audience?
Andrew. You hearing me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, so as a big advocate for the Jamstack as well, just one question as it relates to Apple. How do you manage Safari and the iPhones? Because I find that I have to be working harder than I should to make whatever I'm doing in the Jamstack space compatible with their products. So
Yes.
how you deal with Apple products, especially if your user base is mostly Apple users?
Yes, and I'll say that Apple is notorious within the Jamstack realm. Now, there are certain things that this website cannot do on Apple devices. One of them is that you cannot install progressive web app on Apple. So, quite frankly, there isn't a workaround to the progressive web app because it's built into the system. There's no way of installing a progressive web app of this nature on Apple devices. Now, so due to that, I just mentally take it out of my mind that some features can be added to iOS. For security, I'd like to inquire on what aspect of security are you talking about?
It's not really security. The thing is, I'm working on a jump. It's basically a progressive web application for a client of mine, but most of the users use the iPhone. There are ways you can get the progressive web application to work, but I find that from time to time you run into some issues that you would think work out of the box. So I just was wondering, like, if you had any encounter in terms of working on your project for the real estate, if you ever considered, Apple, and if you had any idea on how you do it. But you already said that you really just put them at the back of your mind.
Yes. Now, something that I can advise you to do is to look into trusted web app technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with that.
Okay, so that's all I had to ask.
All right. And Tremaine?
Yeah, night everyone. Great presentation. The two things. One, you had mentioned that I'm not an advocate. I'm very agnostic. I don't care what tools I use. Once I get the job done, I get the job done. So I hear two persons jump up and say Jumpstack. So I will go down the library wars. But in terms of speed, it's whilst I guess you are, developing a Jamstack maybe more than I am, because I heard about it, but I never dived into it. I guess it's just a nugget because Stack Overflow is actually built. They use a Microsoft Stack, believe it or not, and their website is just as quick as yours. So I don't think speed is not a function of the tools they use. I think it's just a function of the architecture, because you'd think that they could not, if you never knew what a Stack Overflow use, you'd think that, boy, them have some, whole heap of money and all that. But most, if not all technologies, web technologies, once you have the right architecture, speed is just a matter of the architecture. So Google doesn't have a Jamstack, but Google is fast. So most of these big companies and relatively small companies, they have the technology, it works, but I think not looking at the technology itself, but the architecture enables that efficiency and speed. So maybe you just want to lean in when you're talking about a presentation like this, leaning more to the features of the app more than the technology itself, because again, we can go on Fiverr and ask somebody to code something, but the value in your product is okay. You want to list list real estate properties in Jamaica, so that's also a nugget. And then there was something else. What was it? I had it written down. No, I didn't have it written on lie. It was about, you said something about the markdown. So is the markdown for each so each of the properties, do you have a markdown file for each, or do you store the information in some database and retrieve it?
Yes, the properties are not stored in Markdown. If I actually bring up the code right now, the blogs are actually stored in Markdown. So the blog.
Yes. Oh, the blog. Okay, on the blog. Okay, so everything is retrieved from a database.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, no problem. Because I was thinking, I know that the Jamstack has some element of Markdown because to be honest, you can write a blog because it's just text and images, so you can store that in a Markdown file, and then that increases the speed. So a service like a Netlify, you just push from GitHub straight to Netlify, and you have your site published. But I think the use cases I've seen so far for like a Netlify and Markdown is, okay, I have a static blog. I don't need a CMS backend because all I'm uploading is just images and videos, and Netlify can deal with all of that for me. So I was just questioning that. All right, so thanks.
And one thing that I can add is Netlify is also great for documentation. So your code documentation, you can always go to Netlify. They won't let you down with the rendering of the content.
Yeah, man. It was just that Netlify is like, I guess because I'm an old foot in this thing. So the more things change, the more they remain the same. Because that was how GitHub pages was kind of sold to say, hey, this is a quick alternative if you want to spin up something really quick. Then Netlify come out. So it's like, if you're not careful, you go down the maze of, okay, what's hot and current than to be productive. So I've always kind of I've just moved out of the realm of what's hot to move to what gets me the job done, because once I get the job done quickly, I get paid quicker. So I can listen to, I can try something new, but I'm just, hey, the client want this yesterday. We get it to them yesterday. It means that we can get a bonus, means that we can relax more and whatever. But all the tools I'm seeing coming up is like either they're replicas of themselves, because I remember researching something for Miro, like a Miro replacement. And there are 6 apps. And when you look at the 6 homepages, all 6 homepages look the exact same. So what all these apps doing the same thing, So I definitely get what you're saying. But for me, I guess because I'm older, I just I can't. I try to keep up, but I can't keep up. But nonetheless, productivity is mostly my motivation now as a developer.
Yes.
Well, for me, if I can interject, I think that Jumpstack is targeting the serverless space where the functions that you want to perform, you don't have to write and manage a server to do them yourself. So you can pay for that particular service to do a particular task, as opposed to, sit down, manage your own server, check to make sure the health is good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't want to cannibalize or take over the meeting. So Nicholas, if I'm going over time, you can let me know. But I don't know if it's just me, but serverless, it's almost like, I think we can change that from being serverless to being less of a server, meaning you use less compute time. Because invariably, the code that you're going to host has to be on a server. It can't be on a machine. It has to be somewhere. So it's like every time I hear it, I try to kind of, I wonder if it's a buzzword, because I hear it a lot. And when I investigate what is serverless, I thought it like I would just host a code on my machine, but that's not the case. You have to put it on a server. So if you use Google Compute, you have to put it on Google Compute. But what happens, it spins it up when it's necessary. So that's different. But because you can't, because of marketers can't say, well, okay, it's Google. It's on we call it just in time. So like the Japanese have a thing about when they're manufacturing, they manufacture things just in time, or they distribute things just in time. Just in time is a better representation of serverless than serverless, because serverless means that you don't have a server.
I don't think they mean it serverless in the sense where you're not working with a server. I think they mean serverless in the sense where
you're not
certain core things that you would need to do to have a server running.
Yeah, but it means that
those are managed by the service that provides it to you.
Yeah, well, fine. But and I get that. But I'm saying if I were, because I lecture. So when I say to my students, when a student asks me, sir, what is serverless? Because I have some students sometimes ask me some questions and I have to be on the ball. So when I say, okay, there's a serverless environment, so, well, sir, I have to log on to Google. I have to put the code on them site. So what is Google? Isn't Google a server? I said, yes, but you don't manage the resources per se. So I could create a serverless environment by paying maybe DigitalOcean $5, but it's still a server, you know? So I'm very careful about the buzzwords because I still have to be able to explain to a 5-year-old. And if I can't break down what serverless means, it's almost like they won't understand, you know? So
I mean, how would you, because again, you know, this is not my presentation, and I don't want to take that answer anything, but like, I get what you're saying with the buzzword, but I think the core thing about it is the takeaway of understanding what it is and what it's meant to be. And once you have that information, I mean, if a student comes and asks you, what do they mean by serverless? Then, you know, you already have the information to say, well, just because it's a serverless, it doesn't mean you don't use a server. You get what I'm saying? But this is the context in which they want it. The information to basically
I totally get you. And I totally get it. But here, the problem is that when you say, it's almost like, so for us, we know that, you know, we can sit down and understand something technical. Yeah. What is always a barrier is that when somebody comes outside, we as the techies, we will say, well, the assumption is that, yes, we know say serverless, but, you know, it's not clear-cut English to say, well, it is a server, or it's up, whatever code you upload it ultimately be on a server, but you are not managing the server. You only spin up resources when you need them. So, you know, but then when you ask the question, what are resources? Resources will go back to the idea of a server because all of these resources are servers, you know, in some sense of the word. So it's just a matter of just ensuring that for newbies or anybody who is outside of this bubble, this tech bubble, it's clear for them to say, clear for us to articulate to them that whilst we may say one thing, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to dive deeper. That's all, you know?
I guess an oversimplified way to kind of explain serverless is that I am serverless. I do not have a server. Google has the servers. I can put my code on Google, but I am serverless.
Yeah, I can agree with everybody explanation on this, and it goes to say with everything. Once there's a technology, the word itself may not clarify exactly what it does, because if you look at even other things like Terraform, right, you have to explain it. You understand? So in a situation of like a serverless technology, yes, I did have that initial misunderstanding as to, or, you know, I didn't have understanding at all as to what it was. But until you start to read about it, you're really just not as involved with the management of the compute. You're just focusing on the code, right? So what it says and what it actually does, yes, it does require some clarification.
Right. And on that note, we'd have to cut it here because we do have another presenter. So Jason, thank you very much. And we can pick up the convo definitely after the event. But I'm going to take back the screen and to continue sharing on my end.
I see 2 hands raised. Are those questions?
I presume so, but we'll probably have to just come back to them at the end.
All right.
No, yeah. Okay, our next presenter is Neko Reid. He's a full stack software developer. I'm currently working at NCB, and he's also a past student of St. Catherine High School and UA. Neko, are you here? Neko, you're muted. Neko? Oh, whoops. Neko. Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. Let me unshare my screen so that you can go ahead. No, we are not hearing Neko. Well, you are muted. Let me unmute you there. Neko? If you're speaking, we're not hearing you. Yeah, Neko, probably check your mic input on Zoom. Oh no, Neko? You want to try and leave the room and then join again? Want to join again?
Hi, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Finally.
sorry about that. I guess it seemed to have stopped working after I connected with my earbud. All right.
No problem. Yeah, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, all right. Guys, see my screen now?
Yep.
All right. So I just want to say thanks for having me here. This is the first time I'm doing something like this, and I'm really grateful for the experience. And I hope you guys at least find my app at least a bit interesting. So I'll quickly run through all of this since it's a bit late. So a little about myself. There is not much to say other than, yeah, I'm a full stack developer. Reason being, I kind of find it hard to choose a favorite or specialize in anything. And yeah, that's why I just stick to being full stack. And that's one reason why I say right here that I want to believe that I'm capable of doing anything within the field of computer science. And anything by that I mean, mobile app development and doing some work in data science, going into the game development, anything, yeah, anything at all. And that's what I'm trying to put to the test so that I can, show that I'm capable of doing all that. So yeah, I created the Dopanime app, and that app is essentially for streaming anime and other animations. So you can find and watch any animation at all. Yeah, that's simply it. You can get information on any animation that you would desire to see. Then just to go over a few basic features, you can, as I said, find any animation at all. You can view their details and watch them without ads. So you can watch any movie, any episode, and find the current episode that's supposed to be, find most recent episode, well, the last recent episode that was aired, or any episode that is going to air anytime soon. And I just want to say that all those information on the films are provided by the movie database, which is a crowdsourced website where anyone can upload or add any film at all, and edit the details and any information about the film. So just to go quickly into demoing the app, hopefully this still works. By the way, I should say that it's available on Android. It's available on Android right now on the Google Play Store. However, for iPhone, I had to pay Apple, I believe. Yeah, I had to pay Apple to actually use their service, and I didn't do that, so it's not available on iPhone as it. So this is the app. Let me just pause it for a bit. Yeah, so this is the Dopanime app. Like I said, that the name came about from, it's a play on dopamine, which is kind of associated with happiness. So that's how the name came about. So like I said, the app allows, on the app, you can choose to watch anime or any other animation, which is essentially just cartoons. And this is the home page. So you're able to view all the anime and cartoon that are currently airing right now. So with each season, this list changes. So as you know, I believe we're in the winter season. So these are the cartoons that are showing currently right now. Same for the anime. You can view all animes that are currently in this season. And it's expected to change as we go into a new season. So these will change when they go into, I believe, spring season, on fall season, or summer season. So along with that, users are able to view the popular movies and popular series and top-rated series. So it's just to quickly find what's trending right now in the anime world or cartoon world. So that's on the home page. Users can also discover a movie or TV series by essentially filtering them by genre or keywords. So for example, I want to find movies in the science fiction genre. I can even go further to get them by keyword. There's actually a lot of keywords, so you have to search for it. So for example, I want mecha. It's mecha, quantum mechanics, mechanic. Yeah, so this is all the different keywords that I can choose from. I just click one and filter it. So, well, there isn't any for that. I could possibly filter by just anime. I get all the anime. And similar for TV, you can filter by the genre, and you can filter by the keyword as well. Users can also search for any animation they want to find at all. So for example, I want to find Violet Evergarden. As you can see right there, you can find all the Violet, any movie animation with the word violating it. And similar for TV. Violet Evergarden, that's the only TV series with the word violet in it. Similarly, users can also view any TV series that was recently aired within the past 2 days. So this just provides a listing of TV series that had an episode that aired 2 days ago, within 2 days ago. After that, users can also log in to use the TMDB account. So this is the website I mentioned that this is where I get all the information on the films from. So they can choose to use their TMDB account and using that account, they can add anime to a watch list or to their favorite list. But if they choose to not use the account, they can, bookmark a film, and that is stored on the app itself, on the device itself, on the TMDB server. So let's try watching a series. Or yeah, let's try a movie. So this is a detail section for movies. You get the overview. Sorry about that. Let me try zooming in a bit. This is the detail section of the movie. You can view the official website or view on the TMDB. And if there is a Twitter account for the film, they can also click to go and view that. And there are certain movies that that are part of a collection. So users are able to view the collection as well. And also view any similar movies to what they're currently on. Users will also see the production company is responsible for, is producing the respective film. And like I said, they can choose to bookmark it or add it to their watch list or their favorite list. Let me try showing the difference between how what TV series detail looks. So you have the overview, and it tells you in the last episode to hear and any upcoming episode. You can also view the seasons or any promotional videos, which is usually trailers or sometimes anime opening or ending theme songs. So you can view the different seasons, and you can choose to watch any episode. Yeah, there is other. So there's a difference between the direct links or the scrape links. So direct links, you go directly to watching the film itself. These are found from the internet. Yeah, I've added on these as well. So the script links are taken from popular anime websites, and you can get this choose whichever server you want to watch the anime on. And yeah, I get those by web scraping. Yeah, and yeah, there is that again. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's mainly it. I must say that I'm not doing presentations is not my forte. It's not something that I'm experienced with or good with. So yeah, that's it for now. If you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Neko. But yes, I'm opening the floor for questions.
See a question in the chat. I use the React. Yeah, I use the React Native framework to build it.
What was your? I guess I have an extended question to that. What was your decision to use React over Flutter?
Oh, that's because. Why I use React Native? That's because NCB, that's a part of NCB stack, and I wanted to learn React Native just in case, and they ever asked me to work on a team to do mobile app development.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you're saying then, just to, because I work at another financial institution, won't say the name, but the app that I have on my phone is a Flutter. Sorry, is a React Native app.
What app are you referring to?
The NCB, the current NCB app.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why you want to expose the company secrets?
No, I don't need to know what the competition is like. So I just want to. That was one of the reasons why I joined the call, because I saw NCB, so I said, it's a good fact-finding mission. So, but okay, I figured more or less it was React, but I just wanted some confirmation. But yes, I mean, if it works, it works, because Flutter, React, all of them are just frameworks. So we'll get the job done. And if NCB decided to invest in that, there must be a reason why they went React Native.
No, you're not a very good spy.
Wait, me not a very good spy. No, you have to
you just call it yourself like that.
No, I mean, me not looking for loot, but just want to know so that we can in meetings I can just keep quiet in my meetings. I can say, oh, okay. No one, you have to, no problem.
Yes, any other questions?
Yeah,
where exactly do you get the anime videos them from? Because I mean, I'm not no legal expert, but I know that for one you have to have like license to get the anime stream.
Yes.
So yeah, that's something I'm curious about.
Yes, I argued that all of this is available online, and I don't store them on any server. I just take them from something that's publicly available, and that's how it was approved and now available on the App Store. So just essentially just stating that got through.
So question, so you're saying that the App Store, so you had a problem getting it published on the App Store because they thought it was infringing on copyright?
Well, I didn't exactly face that, but it would have been a problem if I didn't state where I was getting it before.
Oh, okay. So basically, but you mentioned something in the presentation about the fact that you can access your, there's an account that comes with that website specifically. So
yeah.
So are you saying then that you're just a conduit to, so I have an account on that site and I have your app. I can use your app as a conduit to get to that, to those services? Yeah,
that website, the TMDB only the information on the film. The videos now are just from other sites that I script from.
Okay.
All right. So I'll definitely cut out that script part. But
yes, please do.
So what I do reckon is that based on what I saw, you also indicate on somewhere on the app where the sources are. And I think that also alleviates some of the copyright infringement, because you definitely know where the sources are, and you want boosting traffic to those external sources for people to watch. So I think it helps alleviate some of the copyright infringement. But if you were just taking the video, drop it in your app without showing any form of sources, no, that to me would be a concern. But the fact that the sources are clearly indicated somewhere in the app, yeah, I think that should be okay. And that's one of the reasons why it got approved without any issue.
Okay. Oh, and I think just to add to that, what you can also do is just to put fan app. So if you put fan in it, then clearly, it gives an indication that you're not ripping them off. You are giving them kudos, so to speak, to say, yes, I like what you're doing and I want to extend the reach of your website further by doing an app on your behalf.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, Neko, what was it like designing? What was it like concepting the design and user experience?
Okay, how can I say that? How can I answer that? Essentially, well, for me, I just went through any app that's already available and see how they designed certain things, and I just take what I thought was the best from all of them, and yeah, design it. I'll just see it right now.
Did you try any wireframes before you actually started development?
No, I didn't.
Sometimes the design just comes with, the code. You just feel it, you code it, and that's how it turns out, right?
No, O'Shane. No.
I'm just joking.
We can also say that there are UI libraries.
Out of the UX people, they're mounting us. Stop it. All right.
Hey, we can also say that there are UI libraries out there that makes it a ton easier.
Again, stop box food out of the UX UI people and mouth. Okay, now let's say it again.
Now box of food out of the mouth. You can't afford them, so you have to just get an idea, come to your head and make it happen.
Well, this is true, but you see, that is how we have to build the ecosystem. So we want to reach to the point of Silicon Valley Caribbean or Silicon Caribbean. So we have to work together. And UX UI is an emerging thing in Jamaica. But the unfortunate thing is that we are not, as a community, we're not yet able to articulate to a company, look, if you want Silicon Valley work, you need to hire Silicon Valley staff, which is your UI, UX, your DevOps, your developer, so that we don't have to be full stacks anymore. So like a guy from, sorry, I'm forgetting him, but we don't have to be thinking about everything on the stack anymore. We can focus on backend only and be good at it instead of trying everything and, we have to just take what we get, So
I 100% agree with you. Yeah. I appreciate the UI UX people, but you see, when there's a lowly developer on a poor man budget and you have an idea and you can't really find the money for go say, hey, UI UX developer person.
No. But I can flip it to because what I do, I try to reduce the friction when I'm developing. So I just normally have 5 sites up and I just cherry pick what I like with one. And then I don't even use Figma. I use something called Quant UX and I just draw, because as a developer, I like to silo things. So if I work on the UI UX one day, then it's easy for me to develop everything after that. So I try to, separate it just as though it is done in the real world, because I get an appreciation for research. Because I think what happens most time, and I was impressed with the UI because I like the fact that he chose a dark UI, mimicking like a Netflix. So when you transition from a Netflix to his app, you don't have that. There's this thing is of a cadence. So the cadence between a Netflix and his app is very low. So I don't have to be, oh, all right, where this go, where that go. I kind of have a feeling that it's a familiar app. So that's what I really like. I was looking out for that when I heard the name of the app, and it was, you know, okay, it's some anime stuff. I said, I'll hope him of a black UI. And so said, so done. So right off the bat, he hit the marks in terms of UI, UX without even realizing it, you know? So kudos.
Okay. To add to that, one of the things is that there are communities of UI and UX people that you can knock heads with. You don't necessarily have to, you know, say, oh, you don't have the budget to pay anyone for UI UX. Just reach out to a friend that is really good with UI UX. Sometimes some people would just help out. One, they want to gain exposure. Two, they want to gain more experience. Three, I'm pretty sure there are a good amount of UI UX people who would like to see more well-balanced, beautiful, elegant design coming out of Jamaica and the Caribbean. So it's all about finding a partner, finding somebody you can collaborate with. And of course, when it comes on to compensation, that's something you can, you know, state what you have now, what you can afford in the future if this take off, and so forth. But it's all about building that collaboration with someone. And I'm pretty sure each of us have some form of friend that would help out. Even if they're a developer, they'll go out, do the research, and see how best they can put forward a good UI UX. It's a bit hypocritical for me, but no man is an island, so I definitely recommend just find a team member to help out building out something.
Okay. All right. I think that is it. Thank you so much, Neko. Thank you. Let me head back to sharing my screen.
Nicholas, quick question.
Yes.
Does demo day have to be something software related? Could it be hardware related?
If we have physical events, it probably would be more practical, I would assume, no?
So let me answer that. So demo day, yeah, it's open to both physical hardware and software, but again, it's based on how you're going to present it. If you have things set up to demonstrate the hardware, or pretty much talk about a bit of the processes, and if you have a pre-recorded video about how the hardware works, then that's fine. We actually have, I think sometime in January or February, we have a demo day for a hardware to showcase a temperature scanner. So it's all about how you want to present it and just demonstrate how it works.
Yeah, man. Nicholas said that he will send us everybody a VR headset, so that will help us out a lot.
Yeah, that will help out a lot.
Oh,
it will help out a lot, man. Nicholas have the Facebook connections, and with the metaverse, easy thing for Nicholas to do. So we can all get VR headsets, you know, and we're good to go.
I'll shoot Mark a message.
I was planning on creating a VR website, you know. So it's a good thing you mentioned this now.
Yeah, man. Nicholas are the hookup, man. It's like, we feel say when you go to Nicholas' house now, you just say Meta. You don't see Facebook no more, you just say Meta. So, yeah, man, Nicholas are the connection.
We'll see about the headsets. Meta may actually have some plans for us. So we'll actually see. I will keep any promises, but we'll see. Good. Okay, so thank you again, Neko. I really appreciate it. Just a reminder, guys. Oh, Ocean?
Yeah, couple questions, Neko. I don't know if anyone asks these two. Well, three questions. One, how long did it take you to build out something like this? Two, what were your major pain points when you were building it out? Three, what do you think you're proud of, like what you're mostly proud of building out something like this? And then I guess the fourth is if like a beginner came on thinking about building something similar or contributing, what would you tell them, like things that they should learn, look out for, or so forth?
Okay, so the first question, how long did it take? I'd say a month and a half.
Noted.
What was the second question?
The second question is geared towards what was your biggest blocker or challenge building out something like this?
Biggest blocker. I can't really think of any right now.
Okay, all right, that's fine. What do you think you're mostly proud of building out something like this? Like I figure as much, like I don't know if there's a bot going around, oh, this is a good link, this is a good website, let me just automatically pull in these videos or so forth. But what's the highlight for this project? The design, develop wise, anything?
I mean, it's just creating it actually. It's just, you know, come up with the idea and actually creating it and, you know, put it on the App Store and having users across the world actually using it. And, you know, yeah, monetizing it. Yeah, if it was actually just done for fun, you know, and probably just learn the React Native framework. Yeah, yes, yeah, that was just it.
Okay. And I guess the fourth question is related to the first two. Like for anyone interested in learning React, what are your like advice that you give going through like a project like this?
Okay, I guess. I don't know what to say. I could just say that probably don't jump right away to using React Native. Probably investigate or research further, I guess, any other alternatives before choosing React Native. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Noted. Noted with thanks, Neko. Nicholas, you can take over.
Yeah. So just a reminder that this is recorded, and so we'll be putting it on our YouTube channel so that you can rewatch it. And so we have basically come to the end. Just want to thank you guys again for attending. Please reach out to the presenters, especially if you have any more questions. And I definitely encourage you to visit us at community at caribbean.dev to be a part of the future demo days. We do have, as I said, we do have one more surprise. So Ingrid Riley is hosting an event called Future of Caribbean Money. It's a crypto event with crypto, blockchain, everything within the works. It's going to be held on the 8th to the 9th of December. And so it's all virtual, at least for those in Jamaica, but it's going to be held in person in the Bahamas, I believe. We actually have a few comp tickets available. The value of each of them is like 150 US dollars per ticket. And so we'll be giving away a few tickets to the community for those who are especially interested. So I think what, Oshane?
Yes, I dropped
Did we
the link.
decide? Oh, okay.
Yes, we did. I dropped the link for Google Form that you can just indicate if you're interested. And the topics that you're interested in, just drop your name, your email address, indicate which community that you're a part of, and we will pretty much send over the ticket to, well, send them to Ingrid and she'll contact you with all the instruction on how to attend and join the event.
Yeah, and so we have a very short turnover. We need to have the names by tomorrow, the latest.
Yeah.
So.
The event is on December 8th and 9th. And again, based on what Nicholas said, event is about blockchain, cryptocurrency, NFTs, and pretty much anything geared towards fintech and the future of money in the Caribbean. So if you're interested in any of those topics, make use of these free tickets.
Yep. And so moving on, just want to thank you again. We do have one more announcement, and that's in relation to an event that's happening tomorrow. Goldman Sachs is hosting a very targeted event for those of us in the Caribbean. It's an insight into recruitment for them, for us. So I encourage you to attend that. The time is what? 11 a.m. Yes, 11 a.m. tomorrow. And so we'll be dropping the flyer in the group sometime later, but the link, you can get it here. Let me just pull that up and drop it for everyone now. Give me a sec. Oh, and Automatic. Automatic is having an event on the 2nd of December, which is this week, Thursday. Oshane, you remember the specific details on that one?
No, I don't remember the specific details, but Automatic is pretty much looking for developers from the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica. So Joel Dean and Tech Beach, courtesy of Clarke, is hosting that event to look for more developers from Jamaica. So they're going to keep information session. I'm not sure of the time or the exact venue, but yes, that's this Thursday. It's virtual. We'll send out the information as soon as we get more. But otherwise from that, we on our platform, Seeker job platform, we did put out some jobs that Automatic has, very, very high-paying jobs, very detailed, precise, front-end, back-end, UX, and more. You can check it out in the Seeker channel or pretty much our Telegram chat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think that is pretty much it. We'd like to thank our sponsors again, Particular Presence Technologies. They are focused on programmatic approaches to problem solving using technology. This simply means their focus is on the successful result that brings joy and satisfaction to their clients. The execution of that approach varies from client to client, which is why they come to the table with an open mind. and no preconceived opinions. There's also Vertis Technology Solutions Limited. They're an IT services and solutions provider partnering with clients to foster technology innovation. They exemplify or simplify rather IT complexity and transform their businesses to experience returns on their IT investment. And of course, OSUB, it's a venture studio that designs and develops strategies and solutions to problems through the means of AI automation and digital transformation. Next month's career day will focus on project management, and that is on December 21st. But that is it, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely.